following content contains extreme ignorance, stupidity, and an overall lack of competence. Some listeners may find this upsetting. Viewer regression is advised.
Hello, William.
Hello, Tyler.
Hello, world. And welcome back to Viewer Regression Advised.
Yeah, that's right. Podcast where two idiots who don't know anything and have terrible webcams talk about everything.
One of us has a terrible webcam
And a terrible mic.
Let's let the viewers decide.
Comment below if you
comment down below.
Do you think Tyler has a worse setup than I do, microphone and camera?
Probably.
Yeah.
But it was, so we talk about anything.
Oh yeah.
And today we're gonna be talking about Will. What are we gonna talk about?
Well,
something you know a lot about.
Something I know everything about. We're going to be talking about engineering, but specifically civil engineering, which I am an expert in. A lot of people don't know this, and they think that Tyler, since he is a civil engineer,
yes, graduated with a bachelor's of civil engineering, currently in my master's of civil engineering. Yes, yeah, I know a little bit about it.
I mean, you've been studying for what, 6, going on to 7 years.
This is my 7th year of studying civil engineering. I've probably 3 years of full-time work experience as a civil engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to the day when we are an equal footing in this topic. You're getting there. Good for you. I, on the other hand, know everything about it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to impart some knowledge onto you today.
You've taught me everything I know so far.
I have. College has done nothing for you.
No.
Also,
don't go to college, kids.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh no. Oh no.
Just listen to this podcast. What you?
I did something. I did something funky with the Discord.
Okay.
So the black bars on the top of the bottom of Tyler's screen are there for a reason. Because we are gonna start today's podcast with a quiz. Are you ready, Tyler?
I should know these answers.
No. We'll see. So today, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to. Oh shoot, you know what? I'm gonna have to find a way to edit this screen into the podcast so that people can see what you're seeing.
Oh, am I supposed to see it?
Yeah. On the Discord.
Oh, okay. I do see it.
Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure a way to do that. Okay. So right now,
maybe you won't.
If you can see the screen, great. If not, the screen says what should you have actually majored in. It's a BuzzFeed quiz. That's the quiz.
Okay.
That's our quiz today. BuzzFeed.
Can I get all the questions right? What happens when I get all the questions right? What happens?
Well, how about this? If you they're really, it's like a personality quiz. So there's really no right answer. But we'll say
some people are better than others. So
I would say that it okay.
Based on personality only.
Based on occupation. A major. So I guess we'll say if you get any answer other than civil engineer as your major.
Okay.
That we'll count that as you losing.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Does it get that specific? Does it just say engineer? Do you know?
Do you want to know what? I don't.
Have you taken the quiz?
I have not.
Okay.
But I fully believe in the system. I trust the process, and if it probably doesn't get into like specific types of engineer. But if you get engineer in general, I'll count it.
Okay. I'm gonna. If I were a betting man,
Yeah.
I would find the nearest war chest cache of money that I have in my possession
Uh-huh.
and run it to the nearest bookie and put it all on I doubt. I don't think I'm gonna get engineer.
Okay.
There is
Really?
I'm not gonna try and sway this because I don't have any money on it, obviously.
Sure.
But I don't think I'm gonna get engineer at all.
Okay. If you do get engineer, specifically civil engineer, but whatever.
Yeah.
If you get that, I'll mail you a $1 bill in the mail, U.S. Postal Service. I'll put it in a letter.
Wow.
I'll put a 25-cent stamp in there. So really, you're only getting. I'm spending $1.25 on this.
You haven't gotten your steak yet, have you?
Has not come in the mail. No.
Okay.
Should I be looking? Is there like an estimated date of arrival? Like maybe a tracking
I just need
number?
to make sure you were in a place that wasn't a hotel first. but then it'll be on the way.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting this $1.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe.
I love the idea of us doing these stupid quizzes and then just mailing each other things back and forth.
It's like pen pals.
Yeah, like using the U.S. Postal Service. Just
as it was intended.
Nobody does that anymore. Nobody just mails stuff anymore.
Come on, guys, keep it pick it up.
We are here, sponsored by your local U.S. Postal Service. We work for them.
The USPS has merch and it's fire.
Does it really?
By the way, yes. They have a merch shop. Everybody should buy USPS merch.
I want a U.S. Postal Service hat so bad.
I don't think they sell the uniform. I think they kind of don't.
Well, just a hat. They kind of like USPS.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
All right. Let me take this quiz.
Let's get into this quiz. So this is a quiz on BuzzFeed, posted August 16th, 2019. So it's a couple years old, maybe a little dated.
See, if you get civil engineer, we'll send you all $1. Everybody that gets civil engineer, comment your actual address in this public YouTube video.
Yes, do that.
And tell Will to send you $1.
And I'm looking into the camera to say this. If you do this, if you actually post your address on this YouTube video, I'll check, and I will actually send you something.
I don't. Okay. So usually
that you would do that.
What happens is one person says something completely irresponsible to the viewers, and the other person steps in and says, "Hey, we don't actually want you to dox yourself."
Well,
right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
When we both,
I'm saying it would be so wild it would be so out of their mind insane for someone to dox themselves.
Don't do it.
No. I'm not telling them to do it.
$1.
I'm saying if they do it, they should. I mean, they deserve something.
They'll get $1, but
you'll get $1, and you decide if it's worth it or not.
As long as you did get civil engineer, we will check that as well.
Oh yeah, we will need proof, evidence of. Maybe send the evidence or like the proof that you got it to like our VRA.
Yeah, send that confidentially. Email. Send the screenshot of the BuzzFeed quiz confidentially. Publicly post
your address. Yeah, if you want it. That's on you if you do this.
It's not a good idea. It's not worth it. It's $1.
Hot. I can 100% say this is a bad idea for you to do. But if you do it, you'll get $1.
Yeah.
In the mail. That's all. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you do want to send the evidence, our email is viewerregressionadvised@gmail.com.
My God, let's play the damn quiz.
All right, let's get into this quiz. All right, scrolling down. Question number 1. What area does your career currently fall into, Tyler?
Science, math, or engineering.
All right. Are you sure about that one?
That is the correct answer.
Okay. All right. Good. Now I'm going to need you to pick a puppy here. All of these are from Getty Images.
What?
Are you watching
I
my
see
shared
it.
screen? Okay. Yeah.
This is gonna determine what major I should have been majored in.
I mean,
I'll pick
yeah.
the bottom right puppy.
I don't really get how that's I mean, obviously it would. Like, I don't.
Bottom right.
Did you
puppy.
not? Okay, bottom right.
Bottom right puppy. I don't know, man.
Okay. Interesting choice there.
Uh-oh.
Which of these phrases do you relate to most?
I need to hear it from a friend. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll read them out. I want to leave behind a legacy. B, I want to make a lot of money. C, I want to do something that makes me happy. Or D, I want to help the world.
I'm going to go with legacy here.
All right, you're going to go with A, legacy.
Yes.
All right. Good choice.
I think it's a little bit like too ambitious to actually be like, oh yeah, like a real big time legacy that people really care about. But I assume this to be just like, I don't know, make a big enough difference in whatever I do so that like the place that I'm contributing to is not the same and in a better way. That's about all I meant by that.
That makes sense. That's
always the goal.
I agree. I feel like that's a very fair goal to have, how many of us are going to be, Winston Churchill, but like we can all leave a legacy.
One person.
One person.
One person will be Winston Churchill. One person will end the largest war of humankind.
Yeah. Obviously,
we'll be a part of it. Anyway.
Okay.
Right,
next question. Which of these nature kingdoms would you like to be reincarnated into?
Okay. This one's easy.
Okay.
So we're looking at fungi, animal, plant, and Protista. That's like little
like
bitty cells and like bacteria,
single cell organisms and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, this one's actually like the easiest shit I've ever done. Protista, for sure. Let me tell you why. Because I heard this one time and I was like, yo, like that makes more sense than anything I've ever heard. If I get reincarnated, I don't want to do this whole Earth shit again. Put me somewhere else. All I know is that like if I'm a Protista, I might be like on like a meteor or some shit, going to like some new planet to start life. Like that's exciting. I don't want to be another animal just here on Earth.
I mean, I can't argue. I mean,
Protista.
It's all right.
Protista, whatever.
I think we're going with Protista. I think that's
like Batista, but pro.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That is 100% how you say it. 100%. All right. Question number 5. How do you feel about school? Option number 1. Oof. I love it. Which is that feels wrong. Oof. Wrong. Anyway. B. I like it even though it's sometimes a burden. C. I don't particularly like it. Or D. I hate it.
I'm somewhere between
I'm sorry.
B and D.
I think I read D wrong. I think D is supposed to be read, I hate
it. I think I'm somewhere between B and D.
Okay.
Which is weird to be somewhere between I hate it and I like it.
Sure.
I hate it, and so I wanna do it different. I want to be like, you guys are all dumb. Let me show you how to do it. And I want to create it. I'm gonna make a new school. It's gonna be the School of Civil Engineering.
Wow.
TylerGadosh.com.
Wow. Well, hey, maybe you'll
Already
learn
bought
enough.
the URL.
Maybe you'll learn enough about civil engineering at this podcast that you'll be able
Hopefully.
to start that.
I can only hope.
Yeah.
Throw me on a B here. Say
All
I
right,
like
all right.
it. It's a burden.
Sure. I think like that's a good middle ground because it is a burden, but it's one that you're like literally going into. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead. Introduce the next question for me.
All right. Question number 6. Pick a type of chocolate. This is actually, I'm very curious about this one because the options here are dark
Curious?
chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, and mint chocolate.
You know the answer to this, or you are no longer in my wedding party.
Okay.
So first I'm gonna, shoot the shit about this question because I think these are like just palate cleansers to get me out of the personality thing. Try and throw off my game.
Okay.
I'm staying focused. They can't shake me.
Right.
They can't.
Right.
shake
You
me
got to
with these
remember,
these picture questions.
You're not being
This is a
yourself.
personality quiz.
You're shooting for engineering.
I am trying. Well, I'm not trying to. It's $1. I'm gonna just be myself. I don't care about this dollar. You gotta make it like 2 or something. Make like a $2 bill. I'd be going for engineering.
I don't have a $2 bill.
Second, okay, fucking poor. Second, I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor to you. Which one would I pick between white, dark, milk, and mint chocolate?
Well, it's definitely not mint.
It's certainly not mint. That's
Absolutely
the only one
not
that I
mint.
would have actually kicked you out of the wedding party for.
Yeah, no, I know for a fact it is not mint because we've had that discussion before. Because I really like mint chocolate.
Well, I'm happy for you. It's more mint chocolate for you.
Yeah.
All the mint chocolate I could have eaten in the world is all yours, man. I don't need it.
And honestly, I don't think. Oh shoot, this is actually kind of difficult because like I want to just say milk chocolate. But like my gut, as soon as you were like, oh, you should know this. I don't know why my gut went white chocolate. So, and I can't see your face right now. Hold
on. you are incorrect. Dark chocolate is the answer.
It is dark chocolate.
I love dark chocolate.
Okay.
I'm just not offended because you didn't think I liked mint. White chocolate is fine. Milk chocolate is accessible. Dark chocolate is the best.
Okay. Well, I think my reasoning there was milk chocolate was too bland. And I was like, I was
not
like,
a bland man.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew it was like dark or white, and for some reason, I just kind of like, I just wrote off dark chocolate because I was like, I don't know. Most guys I know don't like dark chocolate. I guess.
I'm no man.
You are the man.
I am no man. I am the man.
You are the man. He-Man.
All right. But I'm ready to keep this going.
All right. Question number 7. Keep in mind,
what the fuck
we're not
is
even
this?
halfway through.
Oh no.
Yeah. So let's.
That was a language. Jeez, Tyler.
What'd you say?
I dropped an F-bomb there. I said, "What the heck is this?" But I said the F word on this podcast.
What the heck is this? What the freaking heck is this? This. Okay. All right. This is a math question. You should be good at this one. All right. 2 trains, A and B, travel on parallel tracks.
Can I cut you off right there?
Yeah.
Okay. The final part of this question. This is how I actually approach questions.
Okay.
I read the question first. I go, okay, this is setup. What am I being asked here? And the last of it says, "Are you bored by this question?" The answer is, I didn't read it.
I didn't read all the way through. Hee.
This is not a joke. I said, "Oh my god, this is a terrible question." All right, what are they trying to ask here? Let me see. Are you bored by the question? Get me out of here. Next question.
All right. That is a legitimate answer. Answer D. I didn't read it all the way through. Hee. Well done. All right. We're cooking. All right. Question number 8. By the way, very good job on that last one. That was a good answer. Finally, last question. Question 8. Finally,
You
pick
said
a.
we weren't halfway through.
Well, I was looking at the bar here on the side of the screen. So, yeah. Oh well. Um, Finally, pick a backpack. It seems here we have like a what is that? Like a knapsack, like a traditional backpack, a side satchel, and just like a computer backpack, just like a computer, like a small one.
Will, you're not looking at my face cam, but I think you might want to for this.
Oh, look at that! Look at
I'll
that.
choose I'll choose the man purse.
That'd be a
Bottom left,
side
please.
satchel for my man Tyler.
Side satchel.
Oh,
Medicine?
look at this. All right. What should you have actually majored in? So it says here medicine. One of two. Oh, and there's a fun little Grey's Anatomy GIF.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. Just
Grey's
typical
Anatomy.
BuzzFeed GIF humor. So it says here medicine. One of two things. You either really like helping others or you like money. Okay. The fact is, a long and difficult career awaits you. Remember that in your case, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Aw. What do you think of that, Tyler?
This has gotta be. This is. I am not surprised.
I keep clicking the wrong thing.
I am not surprised at all.
Really?
That the BuzzFeed quiz is so totally off base that I wouldn't have expected anyone to guess that I would get medicine. It didn't ask a single question about like, hey, how do you feel about like administering drugs to willing people that really have no idea what the drugs might do to their body and possibly throw them into years of debt and drug dependence. How about blood? Do you like blood? There's a lot of things that I would stay so far away from the medicine field.
Yeah.
I don't want to be assaulted by people like a nurse, like
Yeah.
which is a real problem. Hello,
I've heard horror stories.
I didn't. This is a new thing that we're talking about now. It's like nurse abuse. Patients are like, "Rah, I'm not well. I'm in a hospital," and they don't treat the nurses well, and the doctors are like, "Well, you know."
When the doctor's
not
like, "Well, I'm
well.
a doctor, so I'm busy," and the nurse is like, "Can you
Yeah.
help, please? Can you
It's
help?"
not a good. I'm not going. No medicine for me.
So that's a
I don't-
big L for BuzzFeed here.
I would say it's a bigger L for me, as I will
Oh,
not be
yeah.
giving this dollar.
Yeah.
Well,
Shoot, man, that does stink. I'm sorry about that, Tyler. I really
Are
wanted
ya?
this to go differently.
Did
Yes,
ya?
I did. I wanted this to go differently. I wanted to, really.
Feels like you're setting up a joke here.
I have no joke. Anyway,
I have no humor.
I am not funny. So, that was a fun. What did you think of the quiz? What did you think of it?
I learned nothing about civil engineering, and I thought we were going to learn everything.
Well, I guess this is just kind of to see where you were at. Kind of call it like a.
Oh, so clearly I know nothing. So
Yeah.
you need to adjust the
Mhm.
presentation. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes
I guess I could just take out like all of this incredibly heavy detail. I could take out all those like the really complex stuff. Here, let me just edit this document right here.
Yeah, go ahead and
I could take out
like,
all the
differential
math.
equations and yeah,
all the derivation of things. The
yeah,
graphs
the
probably
design of airstripping columns, gonna take that out. Any kind of activated carbon, charcoal renewal, and
Yep.
reactivation. You don't need
That was all in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
No.
I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to like even make a concept out of it. I'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a good idea. Take it out.
let's just get into like some basics. We can talk about. Let's talk about like the first civil engineers, like really going into the roots of.
Oh, I like this.
Civil
This is
engineering.
fun.
So actually, what a lot of people don't know this, but the roots of civil engineering, obviously being what it is, we're talking about man-made structures, bridges, roadways, aqueducts, sewer systems, basically everything in society that we just take advantage of in America. That we're just like, this is just here, and it's always going to be here.
There was a building there. There's a road over there.
Yep.
We don't really take
You flush the
advantage of
toilet,
roads.
the
We
poop
do
goes-
complain about roads often.
That's true.
I would say that.
Even though the United States has one of the best road systems and highway systems in the world. Compared to like Europe and stuff, we are miles ahead. Also, what's that?
Yeah, it's just interesting, but I'll take that at face value.
I mean like that, and like electrical grids, like we have the best in the world, and no one's close.
I didn't know that about the electrical grid either. I was just like, oh, people like have power outages that last like a while. That's wild.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that. It was the same thing. It was like, oh, Europe, you could just like not have power for 2 days, and they're like, yeah, that's just kind of normal. It's like, what? How?
Damn. Yeah.
That was a pretty crazy realization to make. But obviously bridges, I mean, they've been used a while. But I would say that the first like real example of civil engineering in society is probably roadways, right? Like paths, like organized roads for shipping and trade.
I'm trying to think. I think I may have to agree with you.
I
mean, really engineering and designing it, because, I mean, until brick roadways, it's really paths, right? And that's more of a surveying thing.
Yeah. I guess that's not so much.
Maybe like
a man-made
I
road.
mean, whoever you're talking, I mean, whatever it is, the next thing we go to is like maybe like, simple structures, and that you're still talking about
like maybe like an archway bridge or something like that.
You're still the first like advanced engineer. I think you might be getting to this. You're going to be talking about the Romans.
I am. You're a little bit ahead of me.
Okay.
As I'm kind of, I guess I was kind of leading towards the Romans and like building roads and things with one of the first examples of like, I guess, civil engineering, it's like in its most basic form, are like paths, roads, specifically cow paths.
Okay.
Cows are the first civil engineers.
What?
I have written here cow paths. Cows are the first civil engineers.
My notes. Is there? Go ahead and elaborate.
I will not.
No. So what? Cows make paths?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How?
They walk on them. They follow the path through the woods. That's the whole point here. That's the whole first point I have.
But like just any path, like
I mean, not all paths. Like some paths were made by people,
which are less impressive.
I would say that the cow, at least in my humble opinion, cow paths would probably be more.
Also, do cows really go through the forest?
Well,
like cows and bulls, I don't think you said they go through. They make paths through the forest. I don't know if they've ever been a woodland creature. Do they come from like do they have to like
the cows, the king of the
like
jungle,
a moose? Cows came from the jungle or something like that?
They're king of the jungle, the original king of the jungle. No, sorry.
They're the first engineers, the original king of the jungle. And our 47th president coming up. Just you
That's
wait.
right. That's
Cow
right.
2028.
Cow 2028. Kanye 2024. Cow 2028.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That I literally I have things written, and that was my whole first point. I was gonna like make a whole elaborate bit out of this, but the only thing I wrote was cows are the first civil engineers. That's it.
I guess I learned today because they walk along a path.
Yep. Because they create paths, and those are the paths that humans would follow. I guess you could incorporate deer into that too. Deer paths.
Right.
Yeah. So let's stop talking about that point. Let's move on. So
Already
here's
learned
an actual fact for you. So I gotta pull out my phone real fast. This is very embarrassing.
Your piece of electrical and computer engineering that is really a magic rock that allows you to speak with anybody on the face of Earth and possibly look up any part of the summation of human knowledge in a matter of seconds, and you believe cows were the first civil engineers. But yes, I've stalled long enough, Will.
Yeah, thank you. But yes, all of the things you said are true. So this is I looked this up on my phone, not my computer. But the first ever bridge, right? Bridges, the first ever archway bridge.
Don't you dare.
This is a
Do
real
not
fact.
tell me cows made the first bridge. Don't you can't convince me. The cow jumped over the moon. Now it's the first bridge that's ever existed. How do you think he got that high? He needed a bridge. I'm not here for. I don't believe it. You can't convince me. You can't convince me.
Oh my gosh. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I'm not trying to. Hold on. Let me just. I gotta edit my notes real fast. That's not what I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay.
So the second oldest single arch bridge.
What happened to the first? We don't know.
Probably something bovine. The oldest recorded archaeological evidence. I'm sorry. The oldest single arch bridge that is still in use was built over the river Mels in Izmir, formerly Smyrna, Turkey.
You're doing great, kid.
It's in Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah. It dates back to the remnants of the Mycenaean Bridge. So back to 1850 BC or 850 BC.
850 BC.
Which
3,000 years old.
Almost 3,000 years ago.
Is still hanging around.
It is still in use actively.
There's a bridge that was built within this century in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the home of the Industrial Revolution that modernized the entire world.
Yeah.
There's a bridge there that they had to build a bridge underneath to catch the falling debris from, so that it didn't hit cars that were crossing on the road that was underneath of it.
Do you want to know something even crazier? I was in Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago, and while I was there, a bridge collapsed.
What?
Not one of the river bridges, like one of the bridges
not one of the big ones.
Yeah, no, but like a bridge collapsed, and like it was a big deal. Like it was on the news every day I was there.
Oh my gosh, that's
in the city.
Insane.
And that bridge was newer by about I want to say like 2,700 years than this bridge.
Probably 28 or 2,900.
Probably. Yeah.
If I can do math right. I don't know that I am. 27. We'll keep it at 27.
Yeah, well, you're in the medicine field, so you probably
Yeah,
can't.
I don't need to do math and medicine. I only
No.
need to count.
How many pills you're getting your patients addicted to.
Yeah, yes.
Right. Okay, even crazier. So that bridge was built with the remnants of a bridge that existed there previously that dates back to 1600 BC. 800 years before that one. So there's been a bridge there.
This is a question of like, if you take apart the boat and put it back together, how old is this bridge?
Yeah. So like, I guess it's technically not the same bridge, I don't think, but there has been a bridge there for 3,600 years, roundabout.
Can't even count that high.
That is insane. That is so crazy.
What's crazy to me is that it, like, I don't know how many wars were fought in that area, but like, you want to take out like transportation, like you want to, that would be a huge strategy advantage. Like you would think it's not, like someone would want to try and break the bridge on purpose at some point.
I think that's actually why the first bridge went down. The Mycenaean bridges. Those were taken out during war, I believe.
Oh well, if it weren't for warfare, then we'd have a 36. That's insane.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I'm holding on.
Oh,
you got me on the edge of my seat.
Dang it! I misread this. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid.
Oh my god! I knew. But I knew I was gonna wait till the end of the podcast and I was gonna correct you. Of course. The
Obviously,
bridge
I can't even believe I misread this. The Mycenaean bridges are different bridges entirely.
Different bridges entirely. That's what I was waiting to say. And it has nothing to do.
Greece, over the river Havos. So those bridges are the oldest remnants of bridges that we have. They date back to 1600 BC, and we have like the remnants. Clearly, there were bridges there, but they were once destroyed. The other one is the oldest active bridge. So there's about an 800-year difference.
And the active bridge was not
it was not destroyed.
Was not made of the destroyed remnants of something else.
No. They built it and it's been there for 3,000 years almost.
Okay.
Which
nice
arguably
about
is
bridges.
Yeah. Which arguably is crazier, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that it was built and it never once was destroyed. Nobody took it down. It never fell apart. Like,
how much maintenance do they do on this? Do they take vehicles across it?
Oh, I don't think so. It's one of those bridges that probably couldn't fit a vehicle across it. It's like for walking in like maybe a carriage or something.
But like, how did like the wind not like, like, what is it made out of? You would imagine that like erosion,
like rocks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's cities. This is, you know what? No, hold on. This is what I'm always so confused about. When they found Troy, the lost city of Troy, when they found that thing, there was 7 cities on top of each other.
Yeah.
And that 7th city was also buried by another 6 feet plus of dirt. So
they used dynamite to dig it out.
What? Yeah. So it's underground. So I don't know how, like, the earth is just still growing, apparently. Like, I don't know what happens. Where does this dirt come from? Why are cities buried? What happens? And we got a 3,000-year-old bridge. I don't know how high it is. What is it? 1 million? Was it like 300 feet tall of a bridge when it started? It was like this massive
and it just sunk.
Now, it's just slowly been getting half buried, and they're like, oh yeah, that's still cool. That's still look at this tiny ass bridge. They should dig underneath this bridge. I guarantee that shit's gonna be like
7
the
more
Ark
bridges.
of Adventures out at like St. Louis. That they're gonna see it's a big old like
dude.
Is that St. Louis, right?
What's that? The St. Louis
That's St.
Arch.
Louis, the Arch of Adventures or whatever it's called.
I
Arch of
I
the
think.
Archway to the West or whatever.
Yeah. It's either that or Memphis.
It's not. I
think it's St. Louis.
I think it's St. Louis.
100% it's St. Louis. Anybody who
And
thinks otherwise is
1,000%,
wrong.
that bridge is buried. Like the rest of that bridge is buried, and it's bigger than that. I promise. There's no way.
Do you know, if you want to talk about things getting buried that are just insane, freaking, you know those, like the Statue of Liberty? You know how big that is?
I've never heard of it. What's that?
So it's this big statue out in New York. I don't know. It's some like French thing. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. But there are like archaeological statues that they find pieces of that are completely buried and have been like all but completely destroyed, of statues that are bigger than that humans made, put up.
How do we let things like that just go away?
It's not, dude. There was they theorized that there was like a whole civilization, like modern like empire in the Amazon, like full.
We'll never find it. The Amazon.
We found pieces of it. That's the crazy thing. We find pieces of it, but we have no idea how big it was, because it's the jungle has just overgrown to a degree that like we can't go in there and we can't find anything. Like we can't take aerial pictures because of the canopy. If we can't go in there and like explore because it's just so big, and like there's so hard to get back in that jungle. There's a whole civilization that just disappeared and got overgrown by the jungle, and now it's gone forever. Isn't that crazy?
I would not be surprised at all. You could tell me like there was Atlantis there, and I'd be like, yeah, I mean, shit.
That's the lost city of Atlantis. Is in the Amazon.
That's crazy to think about. Like, but like I question how we let stuff go like that. But like, I work as an engineer. We've been over this.
Yep.
And it'll be like a weekend, and I'll come back, and my boss will be like, "What did we agree that we were gonna do on that call we had on Thursday? We had these few action items." I'm like, I got no idea. How are we gonna design this sewer system that was going to be used by plenty of people to keep their homes sanitary and
their water clean,
keep the nearby water sources from being polluted? How are we gonna do that? And I'm like, bro, we gotta figure that out again.
Did we write it down? And you're both like,
no idea.
No, I never write things down. I absolutely did not. Didn't think it was that important. Thought I could remember it. I thought this is important enough. I'll remember. Nope. No. And you know, even crazier, and I feel like we'll get into this next week. Not only have we gotten to a place where we can do stuff like this and like record each other over 500 miles apart and like do that, but like we can fly. We went to the moon. Like we're going to Mars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is no wonder to me that with like over 6,000 years of like documented history, and like it took us this long to get to where we are, and it's like it's a miracle that we're here at all. It doesn't make any sense.
And then, in another 4,000 years, the entire cities will be underground. They'll be like, how did these idiots like? They were using glass?
Where did this dirt come from? Yeah, they were using. Dude,
what the heck? They used glass to see through things. How silly is that? It's so breakable. Why would they do that?
And also, it's liquid. What kind of dummies are going to use liquid to look through? It's so stupid.
Goodness. They're gonna be looking back. Oh, we're gonna be so dumb.
They just had glass on their face. Like, don't you know how dangerous that is?
They used to walk on legs, and some of them drank these drinks. They called them energy drinks. Yeah, no, it had taurine in it. Yeah, no, the stuff you put in engines. Like it's gonna be wild.
Dude, they straight up put poison in their body like every day.
On purpose.
And they would just do that and live their life. And then they would die at 45 and be confused. Like
We're so dumb.
oh my gosh. People are so stupid.
But tell me what else do I not know about civil engineering?
Okay, so this is something that you actually touched on earlier. When you were kind of getting ahead of me. So the Roman Empire is kind of accredited as like basically revolutionizing all of civil engineering. They built structured roadways that like had like organization to them.
Yeah.
And like patterns. And they built roadways that lasted. Like it wasn't just like a slick like a mud in the middle of a field that you could like walk through. It was like, stone bridges and stone walkways that like were built
masonry
well and built to last. Yes, masonry. That's
I think that was more of a Chinese invention was masonry, but
probably
just like they used that to build shit.
Yeah, exactly. They incorporated like basically all of this knowledge. Like Rome is the reason we are where we are today because they took all of this knowledge.
It's a big part of the story. Yeah,
it really is. Like they took knowledge from all of these places. I mean, the Library of
Alexandria.
Yes, thank you. Like it had basically that was the internet of the day. It had all the information. People would go around the world just to learn something, write it down, and bring it to that library.
There is an excellent 3-part story on the burning of the Library of Alexandria on the podcast called Our Fake History. And it really I could spoil, like they're not sure that a fire took it down. Historians are not positive. It's like a myth. However, they're like, well, but it might be.
That's really interesting.
It's just like there's 3 common stories that are told about it.
Yeah,
and they're all kind of like too convenient and like
shady.
The stories pop up like 400 years after they said it happened, and people and historians are like the longer it takes for the story of the Library of Alexandria being burnt down to actually be written, the more likely it is just made up. So
that's
they're
so
not
weird.
entirely sure what happened to it.
So it was written 400 years after the library just burned down.
The most common one where it's like, Caesar was trying to take over Alexandria, and he was just kind of trying to pressure the docks, but then it caught on fire and everything was lost. Blah 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 blah. That's kind of the story, and that one was not. There's no written document of it happening anywhere near the time that it's said to have happened.
Wow, that's wild.
It's just a weird thing to leave.
It probably got burned in the fire.
Shit. They went, oh, this is happening. Everyone write this down.
Write it down. Write it down.
Library.
Oh my gosh, it's burning.
We gotta get
right faster.
Oh, the library is burning down. Where are we gonna keep these? Put them in the library, of course. And then it all got. That makes more sense.
I'm not
they should have talked to you, Will. This makes
really
so much more sense.
Yeah, the librarians really dropped the ball.
Yeah, they're trying to write down how the library got burnt down, and then they're putting those stories in the library. That's dumb.
That is dumb. That is dumb. That is dumb of them. I can't believe they did it. So, dude, if you want to talk about crazy stuff, the Ark of the Covenant.
Got nothing. Tell me.
That's another one of those things that's like, sorry, I don't know if you can hear my phone. It's going off. I gotta silence it real fast. My bad. That's unprofessional on my part. I'm sorry. Okay, it's the same thing. There's like a couple different theories. Like one, it's like in one of the mountains, like hidden in like one of the mountains in the Middle East somewhere.
What is the Ark of the Covenant? What is it?
It was basically
an ark?
It was an ark built by the Israelites when they were in captivity, or after they escaped captivity, and it was basically God's seat. Like he would sit on the ark, and they would take it with them everywhere they went, and like God would say, "Take it into battle, and you'll win." And they like would lead like the troops with the Ark of the Covenant into battle, and like, and then at one point they went into a battle with it and they lost, and somebody took it. Like they kept it in their temple for a while, and then everybody got.
They said, "Got your hat."
Yeah. They yoinked it,
Jake
and then
Paul.
somebody else yoinked it from them, and then the Israelites got it back, but then they lost it. And then when they lost it, the fall of Jerusalem is basically when they lost it, and everybody's like basically they went to hide it, and nobody knows where they hid it. There's the Ethiopian government still protests, like they say that they have it in a temple, but they refuse to show it to anybody. So it's real sketch. But like there are priests who like dedicate their life to like.
No, I'm holding it behind my back.
Oh, you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have it in my hands.
Humanity has been looking for that for like several thousand years. Like, can you just like you just like show it? Can I just like see it? No.
No.
But listen, like you can keep it. Like I'm not gonna take it from you. Just can you just like show it? Just so like. No. Oh, okay. Cool.
I have it.
Oh, I don't know that I believe you.
It's right over there now.
Oh, it's just off screen? Did you throw it?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's good shot though.
That is good.
You prove I don't have it.
You can't deny that they have it because you don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's a whole big thing. But we got to do an archaeology episode because that stuff is so interesting.
Oh yeah, we do a few episodes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Back
to the Roman Empire.
Yeah, it's civil engineering.
Yeah. So they were the first.
You know so much about it. I'm surprised. Surprised to see we're going on so many tangents. I figured you would have known so much.
Well, I do. Yeah. No, I'm just like I'm following the flow.
We had to cut it all because I'm not a professional. That's right.
Yes. Yeah. Right. You know, it's kind of tough. Talking to an amateur. Okay. Anyway, so the Roman Empire revolutionized indoor plumbing, aqueducts, sewers, roads, architecture, basically anything that you would consider like modern civil engineering. They did it. Except for like very modern things like wastewater facilities, like turning sewage into drinkable water.
Yeah. They didn't really do a lot of treating. They did a lot of solution to the pollution is dilution. But they did start using sanitary like systems. They did have like outhouses and sewers.
They created indoor plumbing, and like a little bit modernized it. Yeah, they had aqueducts just running through the city, so just like anybody could get water if they wanted. Like, it truly remarkable the things they did, and like what they accomplished. And I'm not at all surprised that like the rest of the world wanted to really hated them,
Why? But me, I want some.
Yeah,
I want some incredible thinkers.
Give it. Or like, or maybe it's just like kind of more like, hey, I want to not be ruled by a foreign government. Maybe
That couldn't be it.
Yeah,
that couldn't be it.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. That's nonsense. So the next point I have on civil engineering, that's all I have about Rome.
Oh yeah, good on Rome. We
snaps for Rome.
Okay. I'll go out there. We're all about hot takes. I'm Team Rome. I said it.
Wow.
Team Rome.
That's some real Third Reich energy there, Tyler.
No, well, I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know. Hitler was a big fan of Rome too. I'm just saying.
I,
Sketchy.
We're
Awkward.
gonna have to rethink our statement, but big fan of Rome.
I have nothing, no comment on anything else. So the next big topic that as civil engineers you need to know about is dirt. And boy, are there a lot of different kinds of dirt. Let me tell you.
I hate dirt, man.
You hate dirt?
It messes up so many things. It's is this a loamy silt or a silty clay? Or is this maybe a coarse
or is it more of like
clay?
a peat or like a sand, maybe like a topsoil type of maybe like a fill dirt?
It's so frustrating because water goes through the ground. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know this.
Sure.
All right, but I'm one of the best at knowing water.
Yeah.
Water goes out through the ground and around. The groundwater. This is what I imagined groundwater was when I was a kid. I was like, oh, there's like caves down there. It's just
and there's
like
like
pools of water just hanging out. Yeah, underwater. No. You just dig in the ground, dig straight down, and it's all ground. And then you leave and you come back, and then there's water there. And it didn't rain. There's water in the ground. And
do you want to know what?
Freaks up so many designs. And if you build something, you make a foundation, you have to dig around and you put the ground back. It lets more water in. You know that? So then people like me have to deal with people being like, whoa, why is there so much water going into my sewer pipes? There shouldn't be water in there. It should be in the storm pipes. And I'm like, it's because you got houses there. And the houses have this dirt around it that is basically just it's just like not watertight. Water just go right into it. And then it goes into the foundation footers around the house, and it's like, and now it's sewer water.
Wow.
It's that I put it right, Mr.
That is exactly how I told you to say it. Well done, Tyler.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Very calmly.
That is, when I first learned that that's what groundwater was, I would probably say I'm in a very similar boat to you were as a kid. Like right before I learned that, probably a long time ago. I did think,
long time ago.
Yeah, like decades probably. I did think that it was just pools of water underground.
Yeah.
But
no, that's not the case.
It's just suspended in the dirt somewhere.
At the same level. And it's like everywhere. Like
just
there's
all
a
over the place?
groundwater table and it sits there. And like it's that high here. And then it's that high for like a long time until the bedrock level moves. Because the water has to be held up by something. And it's not being held up by the dirt. Which is the way there's a building.
Yeah.
There's a building on the dirt.
Yeah.
The dirt holds up the building.
Yeah.
But water just goes through it.
And where does it go? Somewhere. It's got to be somewhere.
In the ground. It's in the ground. You can dig a little hole in the ground. You can dig like a this big hole.
Yeah.
About the size of your hand. And you drill it, and then you just stick a little pen in there. You put the pen in there, and then you come back 2 weeks later, and you're like, wow, the pen said the water was this high, and then it was that high, and it was this high, and it was that high. That's how you learn about the water table. It's called a piezometer, kids.
Oh, wow. Piezometer. Why is it called a piezometer?
I got no idea. I don't know what we used it. I shouldn't say this. We used it on a project. I didn't decide to use it.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Sure.
Because I didn't know why we would use a piezometer. Why we need to know the groundwater table.
Yeah.
And then we never used that data for the project. We had like 13 of them installed in like people's yards.
Oh.
And like it was, and then
nobody explained to you why you were doing that. or what you were going to use the data for. Huh.
Mm-mm.
So you're telling me that the same people that did that
Mhm.
have helped us get to the moon, have made roadways and bridges that we cross every day. They have
Mhm.
human beings that put piezometers in people's yards for literally no reason and then never
Mhm.
use the data for a project.
Mhm.
Probably spent a lot of money doing so.
Oh yeah, I was making full engineer money just watching people put them in.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Those people created the internet. They invented like cities and walls and aqueducts and this spinny chair I'm in right now that like
I
swivels.
invented Pittsburgh.
You invented steel
Just like
smelting.
the idea of someone inventing a city.
You
Not
invented Pittsburgh, the city.
I invented Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, obviously you invented Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Your bridges are kind of falling apart. I'm gonna be honest.
They've got a lot of bridges, okay?
Like 10 of them.
Like hundreds.
That's too many bridges for one city. I can't confirm. That is
Most
so
in the
many.
world.
That is in the world?
I've been challenged on this before and I've been wrong, but it's on the podcast and I've never
is
been wrong
true.
on the podcast, so I'm going to tell it right now. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has more cities. Pittsburgh, can we cut that? Okay. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has more bridges inside city limits than any other city in the world. Cleveland's a pretty close one too.
Is it really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
Cleveland,
have an
Pittsburgh,
actual
Venice.
list here, and 100% we can confirm that Pittsburgh is number one. It is the number one city. It's definitely in the top 5, and because of that, it's number one. So good job, Tyler. That is true.
How many? Wait, 278 bridges.
It has 446 bridges.
That's what 446.
Yes, which is obviously
number one.
Yes, yeah. You were probably thinking of the smaller Pittsburgh area, but this is the greater Pittsburgh area, so that's why it was 446 and not the number you said. Yeah.
What other cities are in the top 5?
What are the let's see. We got Venice, Italy.
Yeah.
That's number 5. We've got New York City. A lot of bridges there, obviously. Amsterdam, which that kind of makes sense. And Hamburg, Germany, which was a shocker.
For number 2, of course, not 1.
Yes, definitely not. That's not number 1. Pittsburgh, definitely number 1.
Got it. I knew.
Yep,
I knew
and
it.
you knew it. You were right. You were right. You've learned a lot, Tyler. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to be honest. I think that's all I have about bridges. I think that's, bridges, obviously, but like civil engineering, I'm pretty sure that's, oh my gosh. My screen.
Power of the sun.
I know. I opened
turn on dark mode, brother.
I know. It just got dark in here and I didn't turn any other lights on in my apartment. So it's just the laptop screen.
But that's everything about civil engineering.
That's all of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
We hardly talked about like what I do for a living at all.
Uh-huh. What's that?
How about like water treatment or drinking water, wastewater treatment schemes? We did do sewer systems.
Yeah, we mentioned
it. Do a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think I said the words wastewater.
You said it. You said it, but you didn't want to teach the people about like go ahead and tell them. Obviously, the first country
to have The first country to have like
water treatment plants,
water treatment plants,
like in every
obviously
city.
was
Go ahead.
in every city. Obviously was Tyler. You want to tell the people was because like I told you, so obviously it would be.
You know what? I don't know this. I was just setting you up for failure. But what I can say is it's wild that Flint, Michigan is still without water.
Is that still going on?
Drinking water. So this is the thing about it.
Okay.
It's the wheels are in motion for it. Like what is it? It's being designed and the construction work is all being bid out and it's going to happen. It's just like it's not like an emergency response where you can go in. They're literally like all of their pipes have to be removed. They're underneath the roads. You gotta dig up every single road in the entire city. Take the pipes out of the road.
Replace
put
them.
New pipes in.
Yeah.
Connect every single house to a new pipe system. And not totally disrupt life all at the same time. I hope Flint gets fixed very soon.
That's insane.
I know that the project is underway, but I don't know what the time scale is on it. That's
going to be like 100 years, right? Like that is.
I don't know. I don't know.
You have to rebuild almost the entire city.
You got to do a lot.
Like that's insane.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention that one because that's a
pour one out for Flint, Michigan, everybody.
Well, that's kind of rude. Oh my god. because they can't drink water. I wouldn't.
Yep. Yeah. Don't.
Not a very nice gesture.
Hey, do you want to know what? Well, it was beer, so it's fine. Hey, I thought this was empty. It's not. Good thing I didn't dump it on my computer. I just dumped it next to my computer. Wow, that was dumb. That was dumb. Okay.
Well, I have nothing to add. I think that's literally everything about civil engineering.
I think you're right. I think that's it.
Well, I mean, seems we know nothing.
Yeah, and now so do you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Goodbye. Wait, hold on.
See ya.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bum, 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 bum.